What up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mo.J and we are locked in. Now, this is episode 4, Raising Kanan, book 3. You see, it's a change of scenery. We got rid of the green screen. We flipped the computer desk around, Now y'all can see me in HD, but we're going to have the same content on here. We know a few things have been going down. Kanan, he's really messing up out here. I'm talking about telling girls where the stash house is. I'm like, Kanan, you got to chill, bro. This ain't the Kanan that we know. This Kanan is messing up. But before we get into this episode, shout out to the notification gang. If you're new to the channel, you want to be a part of it, hit your subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Hit that like button. It's the easiest thing you can do. Now, this week, we pick up where we left off. We know Kanan, he's been, at the stash house because he can't be out on these streets. But the pressure's kind of off of him because D-Wiz is dead now. So let's see if he can keep out of trouble. This is episode 4 of Raising Kanan. We start the episode off with Unique chasing after a guy named Trez G. Trez G, him and Unique, they grew up together, so they're kind of like brothers. They grew up on the same floor. They played Little League together. But Unique is chasing after him because at this point, he doesn't trust anybody. We know Unique stash spots have been getting hit up and there ain't no work in the streets. So Trez G, unfortunately for him, he never thought the day would come where him and Unique would be clashing. But today is the day because Unique don't trust anybody. Unique tells him, hey, Trez, you've been getting high on my time and I don't trust anybody. Now he's asking Trez G, who told? And Trez is like, man, I don't know. They got him tied up in a chair. They whooping on her. Even I got to punch it. You see me come here. I'm like the third person to hit him. Pow! But Unique, he's upset right now because we losing money. And that's always a problem. If it ain't making dollars, then it don't make sense. And Trez G, we're going to have to get rid of you. And that's exactly what Unique does. Shoots this man. Finishes him. But his whole crew, that's what I didn't understand. The whole crew, they're like, oh man, they jumping and stuff. Y'all scary? Y'all supposed to be gangsters. What are y'all doing in here scared? Again, these thugs are sitting around and Unique then pop this dude and they, Unique, man, you tripping. What y'all think we was gonna come down here and do? Just, talk to him and let him go? No, me and Unique, we mean business. You know what I'm saying? We in here handling business. Good old Kanan hangs out in the trap spot. Coming home, he's cooking a nice hard dinner for his mom. Whew. Spaghetti and meatballs, a little junky in there, but the kid can cook. It's always good to have a starting spot. Even if it is just spaghetti, it's good to have a starting spot to all my young brothers that be watching this. Learn how to cook. Turns out Kanan cooking for his mom. Mom, you always talking about food being cold when you cook, but when wait, why is he here with you? We know Symphony been holding it down. He been taking Raquel out. They been doing their thing. Y'all know how these people do. And he comes over like, oh man, my bad. He can tell us a little bit of awkwardness because now Kanan isn't talking because every week he makes food for him and his mom. But she done already ate and she done showed up with Symphony. And Symphony's like, oh, no, we're good. We're hungry. I was just telling your mom that I'm hungry. But Kanan really ain't feeling this guy. Now they at the dinner table, not having any conversation. Kanan's sitting there making his play. His mom is sitting there kind of awkward. Like, come on, Ma. This is on you. This ain't got nothing to do with Kanan. But at the end of the day, it is her house. And we know Raquel got to get her groove back. Because when you in the streets like that, you're going to need somebody, it's a little bit of relaxing. But on the other hand, Symphony, he's going out of his way to try to make Kanan feel comfortable. Like, oh, man, this is good, man. Ooh, yeah, this sauce is great, bro. You like to keep it simple. I like that. But Kanan really ain't feeling them. And Symphony just doing the best he can to fit in. And that's one reason, hey, I don't mind if a woman has a kid. But a teenage kid, nah, man. These dudes got a little too much animosity for me. Try to check me. I'm like, hey, little dude. Nah, I'm good on all that. Jukebox, on the other hand, she ain't got it like Kanan. She's actually out in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Well, at this point, she's up in the suburbs with her little girlfriend. They in there, doing them girly things. But in comes the parents because, hey, we ain't going to have no evil in this house. There ain't going to be none of that lovey-dovey while I'm living here. I don't get it. Like, man, these kids, well, it is the 90s. But when I was growing up, we couldn't have no girls over at the house. Nicole's mom comes to the room like, hey, what are y'all doing? Jumping around in here? I would have been like, nah, we getting it in here. Lock that door, ma. But she's like, oh, wait, y'all on TV? This is good. And they're looking at when they were doing a little karaoke in the mall. I think my sister, hey, shout out to Tanika, she got one of these at the house somewhere. She won't let us watch it because it was trash. But no, my sister used to be able to sing. And then the dad pops in like, oh man, this is better than that shit that you see on TV. And she's like, hey, Billy, don't say that. And he looks over at Jukebox and like, oh, I'm pretty sure she's heard worse than this. But everybody is acknowledging that Jukebox can actually sing. Now, Uncle Marvin, he a bad man. We know the girl from the club. We know we set her dog on fire. Well, I won't even say set it on fire. We put it in the microwave, and that was the end of that. But he's over here, and this is the true definition of what Future says. Bitch, don't get too comfortable. Because they get done doing their thing, and she's talking about, you want some coke? He like, hell no, I sell it, I don't use it. And they in there, she tries to cuddle with him. He's like, oh, wait, what is all this cuddling stuff? She's like, oh, I always cuddle. Black guys like to cuddle. He's like, well, you need to go find those black guys because I'm not about to cuddle. You know what this is. And he just tries to tell her, I'm from the hood. I'm black, you white. I'm a dude, you a girl. We ain't the same. If you gonna go cuddle with them other guys. But you here with me and that, wait a minute. My dog ain't ate. She like, oh, I got busy. And that just upset him even more. He said, well, I bet you ate yesterday, didn't you? No matter how busy you were, you ate. So he's like, I'm taking the dog with me. And plus, I ain't hanging around here. And don't ever get the idea that something started between the two of us, because it didn't. It just is what it is. So Uncle Marvin, he really, never misses an opportunity to miss an opportunity. He does whatever he wants to do, to be honest. We know the block is hot at this point. Howard's running around the city trying to lock people up. Raquel's telling him about Unique's drop. So, man, it's all kinds of backstabbing going on out here. But this is the streets, and stay out of the streets because it is nothing good for y'all. But Unique said, he talked to Dean, and Dean said, we ain't going to get no more product because the block is hot. So we got to lay low. So Unique's telling the crew, hey, y'all need to step on that, on that dope a little bit more. And stepping on means stretching it out, mixing it in with a little bit of other stuff, just to make more product because we ain't getting no more for a while. And this whole crew, they over here looking at me like, Mo, what we gonna do? I'm like, hey, listen to Unique, man. Stretch that stuff out. And they all just like, man, okay. Now, if you remember doing the pickup last week, before Howard and them tried to bust them, they had that terrible sting. They was in that yellow van. Trez was out there smoking that crack rock. And that's why they got caught, because he wasn't on his job, actually looking around like, hey, man, there's two dudes on that roof. I know them crackheads ain't up there. Who is that? And that's why the whole sting went down. And Unique's trying to tell the crew, nah, us not having no work, that ain't the problem. I told y'all to stretch it, make it happen. Man, it's a wild world out here. Kanan in here doing the dishes. He's kind of upset. Putting the soap in the... Like, hey, boy, come across your damn face. What my mom used to do. If I had attitude while I was doing the dishes, y'all know back at them 90s, you had an attitude doing them dishes. Your mom slapped the hell out of you. Kanan in here. But Raquel's like, look, I'm not forgiving, I'm not apologizing for none of that. I'm the mom. This is my house. I'm going to do my thing. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like how Jody was on Baby Boy. Mama got to get a groove on too. But she tells Kanan, you know what? You're not going to be in the stash house anymore. You're going to have after school classes. And he's like, man, what? I got a paper. I'm going to do it, Mom. She's like, nah, it's too late. So you're going to be doing after school classes up at this little community college. Uh-oh, Famous is in the booth. I'm like, okay, kid got some rhyming skills. We listening to him like, all right, wait a minute, shooting people up. Famous, we know you ain't built like that. We know you ducking behind cars. You ain't pulling no triggers. You ain't even do nothing when we went and rode on Buck 20. But the flow is nice. We just don't believe you. Now, Famous sister, she dating Lulu now. She's putting in that work. She's telling Crown, hey, my brother, he can rap. He can do whatever you need him to do. And he's like, all right, yeah, we can kind of work on him. But we know Lulu's not really going to like this situation here since he actually brings over the dope for Crown. And he actually comes over and he sees her in here and they all talking to each other and stuff. And we know Crown's about the lady. So Lulu, he's looking at this. Can I really trust this girl? Lulu pulls her outside. He's talking to her like, hey, listen, what are you doing in there? She's like, oh, I'm trying to get my brother, in the studio, get him a deal or something. Crown said if he can work with me as a little showcase, we can do some stuff. And Lulu said, where's all that stuff you were talking to me, talking about get my own studio, do what I'm supposed to do. She's like, yeah, I still support you with that, but you're not moving on the same time as me. And I'm trying to get my brother together. I'm going to support, if you get a studio. For Lulu, he's hearing this like, whoa, wait a minute. No. You're not gonna backdoor me and do something. If you telling me I'm gonna do a studio, then that's what we gonna do. But she's really here for her and her brother, and whatever she can do to benefit herself, that's what she's gonna do. Even if it takes Lulu getting her in the right position. We know the new stash spot is gonna be in the bodega. Now, Raquel, she's looking at it, double steel doors, got all these locks on it, because we gotta have a safe spot to put all the, the money, the dope in. We seen the stash house, it's just on the regular street. If Davina can just walk by, anybody can walk by. But at least here is in a store, no one's really gonna think about it, and it's actually secured in the locking plate. Now Raquel, she's talking to him. She's telling him, look, don't nobody get in here unless I tell them. And he's trying to figure out how much of y'all bringing in here, because I got customers. I don't want them disturbed. She gives him some money and say, hey, I'm the only person you need to worry about. So make sure my dope and my cash, don't nobody touch it. He wants to know how much they're putting in there. And they're like, nah, we're not telling you that information, because you never know when the streets is talking, someone come in there, oh man, it's all in the back. It's all in the back. People get to telling quick when their guns in their face. Kanan's getting close to Davina, so he's walking with her. She always has her sister, because they don't know where their mom is at. And that was typical in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? Like, the mom just be wilding out, drugged up, doped up, out and about. Now, Kanan, he talking about, you want me to come over and help babysit or anything? She's like, Kanan, you don't want to do that. You don't want to change diapers. I don't want to change diapers. Y'all don't want to change diapers. She don't want to change diapers. Nobody wants to change a baby's diaper, especially a kid that ain't yours. But Kanan's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Gives her a little kiss and walks off. Well, let's just make this clear. Kanan never has his antennas up. He just be walking around doing whatever. Showed Davina the stash. Like, come on, man. But Unique, he sees Davina and he goes over there and he's trying to get information about Kanan from her. And how he's doing it is, I seen your mom the other day. I know she's in the belly of the beast, pretty much saying, hey, I seen your mom, she's a junkie, but I got some bread and we can get her the help she needs. You just got to give me some information on Kanan. And I heard he was with D-Wiz or whatever his name was when they killed Buck 20. So for her, she's looking at it like, well, if I could save my mom. Okay, Kanan told me about a house that he hangs out with. They told Kanan to stay his butt in the house. Don't talk to nobody. Don't open no doors. Don't do nothing. He goes outside and tells Davina, oh, this is where we hang out at. This is only going to be bad from here on out, people. Famous, he's in there rapping. He's telling Kanan, dog, I'm in the studio. I'm lazy and hot fire, man. It's a showcase coming up. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to do my thing. Juke hears her. And we know Juke, she can sing, but she wants to sing, but she doesn't want to sing. Meaning she has the voice, the talent for it, but whenever she's put into that position, she's like, I don't know if I want to do it. But she hears Famous talking about it, she's kind of upset. Like, you got studio time? And she's getting it for free because of his sister. And on the other hand, for her, she has to pay for everything. That's why she's boosting. So she runs out because, hey, we got to go make some money. We got to get in this studio. Uncle Marvin goes to pick up Scrappy. We know Scrappy hangs out at the stash house. That's all he does is just watch the stash most part. Besides when he killed the dog. Marvin's like, hey, we got to move all that product up to the bodega. We need to go right now. And you can see him in here sweating. He's like, man, hell no, I'm sick. Marvin's like, hey, bro, we got to do this today. It ain't going to take long. There's a bathroom, at the stash. He's like, dog, I am not going. I'm shitty. You get them bubble guts. But one thing about Uncle Marvin, he's going to find a way. So he's driving around. He's looking for Kanan. Like, hey, Kanan, come with me. We got to move this work today, right now. Kanan's like, oh, no, I got to go to class. He's like, look, we're going to go do this. Ain't no one going to know. We're going to get you to class. If I'm Kanan, I'm looking like, oh, God, here we go. Hey, real quick, Unc, I can't do it, man. Mom be tripping, man. Whatever you got going on, you have to do that. Like, that's just part of the game, Raquel out there working too. She's at an apartment complex talking to the guy, talking about, I need 2 apartments. One on the top, one right up under it. You know how hard it is to get one apartment complex? But she wants one on top and one on the bottom. He's like, man, I'm gonna have to kick some people out. So she gives him a lot of money. It's like, hey, you can either take this money or I go somewhere else. And whenever you see cash, people are like, all right, I'm gonna make it happen. Now, there's 2 things I'm thinking that's gonna come from this. One, either Kanan's gonna live in one and she'll live in the other so he can have his own space. Or 2, this is just about to be where they had to work at. Cook it up in one spot, move it in the other one, you know what I'm saying? So they won't be in the same spot if the police do raid, but it won't be far to transfer everything. Juke comes over and she talks to Lulu because she knows Lulu is working with Crown. So she's saying, hey, can you hook me up with some studio time? And he's like, look, if I could, I would. But I'm, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to work on my own thing. And he also breaks it down for like, I'm not just going to hand you anything, because if I give you a handout, that means you're going to pretty much owe me. And for her, she's already like that too. I don't need any handouts. I don't need any of that. So they come to an understanding. She's actually, I think the order of who she's connected to would be Raquel at the top, Lulu, and then her dad, Marvin. Because her and Marvin, we barely ever see them together. She just doing her own thing. Juke goes back to what she knows. She calls up the crew. Hey, let's go hit this truck up. We got to get some bread. And they're like, nah, we can't do it right now. So for her, bad decision. If you ever do something that takes 3 or 4 people, don't try to do it by yourself. It's like lifting a box. You say 2 or 3 people, get 2 or 3 people to help, because you ain't going to do nothing but hurt yourself. So she goes over here. She's got to go do the, you know what I'm saying, the boosting by herself. She does it. She got the bandana on. She running. She gets one polo jacket. That's it. Like, that's what you risking jail time for, that one polo jacket? But if you remember last week, there was a security guard that they whooped on. She actually saved his life. He snatches her up and puts her against the wall like, hey, keep that jacket. Don't do it again, because the next time I'm going to turn you in. He pretty much spared her because she's the one that got the dudes up off his ass last week when they was whooping on him. Marvin and Kanan, they get to the house and it's time to put in that work. I'm talking about, you got cash everywhere. You got bricks in here. Man, we really moving that work. And he's telling Kanan, hey, get to work. You know what I'm saying? You wanted to learn? Here you go. You're learning. Stack that cash up. You know what I'm saying? Put the 20s in this bag. Put the 10s in that bag. Put the 50s in that bag. And I'll take the 100s. That's what I would have told him. Kanan's like, huh? But it turns out Unique and them, they outside watching because Davina then gave up the spot. Juke takes his polo jacket over to her bae, and she's like, you can have this. And she's like, why'd you steal this? It's just a jacket. And then Juke goes into the difference between her life and how Nicole's life is. Like, for you, this is just a regular jacket. For us, we weren't supposed to have this jacket. She gives the history of Ralph Lauren and how he actually, came up with polo because he was poor and he wanted some stuff that he couldn't afford. So he actually designed his own clothing. And she's like, I'm giving you this jacket. And that leads into the girls being girls. And Juke's like, I ain't never did this before. Nicole said, don't worry about it. I got you. Uncle Marvin lays down the game for Kanan. All right, keep bagging this up and be done by the time I get back, because I'm going to take the first load. But listen to me. Don't open the door. Don't talk to nobody. Don't do nothing. Just stack this stuff up and be ready when I get back. But this is the Power Universe and nothing ever goes smoothly. Boom! I'm talking about they kicking the door. Unique sends the boys in there. They hit Kanan in that gut with that damn shotgun. You know he ain't prepared for this. He got the Charlie Brown yellow shirt on. Hey, man, hey. They put him on the ground. Oh, man, it's a straight stick up. Marvin's pulling back up, got a sucker. Wait a minute. Who these dudes in this damn van? Ain't nobody moving over here. Wait a minute. Those are my boxes. So you know he about to act a fool. All you hear is, bow. He hits the back of the van. I'm talking about tearing the car up. But hey, you got to get that work off him. He starts firing off shots. They jump in the van. They drive off. He got to get in the house and see what the hell done happened to Kanan and where is the dope. He come in the house. Kanan is on the ground getting whooped on. This dude got the gun. He talking about, hey, stand back. I shoot him. Marvin's like, hold on, brother, breathe. You know whose kid that is? And the dude looks down like, yeah, bow. Marvin catches him in the chest. Never take your eyes off the man with the gun. Never, ever take your eyes off the man with the gun. Because once you're distracted, they going to shoot you. Dude falls all over Kanan. Blood all on his shirt. And we still got to go to class tonight. So Kanan over here throwing up. Marvin takes Kanan home. I don't know in what car they took, because the car that he had towed up. Now Kanan has blood all on his shirt and he has these night classes. So he goes upstairs, and if he hasn't already learned about blood on his shirt the first time, he takes the bloody shirt off and throws it up under his bed. Now him and his mom, they're going up to the college for these night classes, and she's telling them, I want you to like Symphony. I'm going to be around them for a while, so I want you to like them. And that's why I'm bringing you to these classes. And this is actually classes that Symphony is teaching. So he's in there waiting on Kanan to show up. I'm like, oh my God. But what she's doing is a good thing. She's putting Kanan around a guy that's not in the game. Somebody that's actually successful and went to school. Because that's what she wants from her son. Now, this leads me into saying there's something about Symphony. Yeah, he may be a college grad, but there's something about this guy now. Another mistake by Kanan. I think every single episode this season, Kanan has messed up something. This ain't the Kanan we know. His mom's in there doing his laundry. She made a comment earlier. Oh, you know, he can cook. I'm teaching him how to do his laundry. Laundry should be easy. He shouldn't have to learn how to do his laundry. He's 15, 16, however old he is. But she goes to the room. She finds the bloody shirt. We done already went through this, Kanan. You should have took that bloody shirt, put it in a little bag, took it in your book bag, and threw it away wherever y'all was at. But no, Kanan left it up on there, and Raquel done found out. Now we're going to find out about that stash house, too. There you go, episode 4, Raising Kanan. What I'm thinking is she's going to see this blood on the shirt. She's going to go to Marvin and say, hey, were you with Kanan today? Because we know Lulu was actually putting in work. We know Marvin wasn't really doing anything, but she's going to figure out what happened with this shirt and where's our stash. Let me know what y'all think about the episode. I'm Modat J. If you like the content on the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.